What's up everybody, it's Adam from Critical Impact Gaming, and today we have another electrifying Wi-Fi battle on Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. So today my battle is going to be against a player by the name of Renov. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we actually have two of the same Pokemon on our team, which I thought was pretty interesting. It's either the Magneton and I think it was Slowbro as well. So I'm going to start with my Slowbro, predicting him to lead off with his Stealth Rocker. He unfortunately predicts my prediction and ends up leading with his Magneton, being able to threaten out my Slowbro because I definitely don't want to lose my Mega that early in the game. So I'm going to go on to my Snorlax just to sponge out any possible Thunderbolts, Flash Cannons, whatever. I really don't care if I get paralyzed with Thunder Wave either, so Snorlax is really my best option to switch into. I'm not going to try to overpit it too much here, and I'm just going to go for the Earthquake while he switches out into his Kingler. Now, if you don't know, Kingler has the same attack stat as Gyarados, which is scary. Not to mention it's very physically bulky too. The only downside to using Kingler is it's pretty slow and its special defense isn't that good. But other than that, it's pretty decent Pokemon, especially in a game in a format where you only have Gen 1 Pokemon. So yeah, I'm not wanting to take Crab Hammers, and I think he might have superpower. I think Kingler gets some sort of fighting move. I can't remember off the top of my head. But either way, my Slowbro is going to be the perfect Pokemon to sponge those kinds of attacks. But wow, that Crab Hammer still did a very large chunk, at least a quarter to my my Slowbro over here. I really should nickname this. I think I got this one in a trade actually, so I can't nickname it. But I'll get a new one and I'll name it Lightspeed. But as he just goes for another Crab Hammer, I'm not sure if he's predicting a double switch or what. But I am just going to fire off my Thunder Wave. I actually thought he was going to switch out into something. But it's whatever really. Thunder Wave on Kingler still helps me out one way or another. Now he's gonna finally make his switch into his Magneton, and I guess I could have gone for a Scald, but I didn't want to overpredict too much. But it's okay because that Psychic from my Mega Slowbro still did a very hefty chunk. It's a little bit more than a fourth, I would say. So I'm gonna switch out into my own Magneton just because I know that I won't be taking very much from Thunderbolts or Flash Cannons, and his own Thunder Wave won't affect me either. So yeah, I am running Thunder Wave on two Pokemon. This was not intentional. I just have my Pokemon with their own individual sets, and then I make teams after the fact. So I'm just gonna teleport out because I didn't want him to go for, I don't know, another Thunder Wave predicting me a switch. This way I could just get a free switch into whatever I want, and my choice is going to be the Snorlax because, again, like I said at the beginning of the battle, this is probably my best check to it, seeing as how I don't really take that much from Thunderbolts, and I will take even less from his Flash Cannons. Not to mention I have the quad effective Earthquake to threaten him out. I am thinking he's probably just going to be switching out into his Kingler again, but I'm not entirely sure, so I am just going to go with the safe play. Just go for the Earthquake, I believe. Did I go for Earthquake? I wasn't looking. Yeah, I did. Okay. And that's going to be a kind of early lead for me. It's only been a few minutes into the game, and I'm already up 6-5. So he goes for the Thunderbolts, doesn't even take me down to half, I don't think, and I take out his Magneton. So that's a very fair exchange for me, I believe. As he brings out his Kingler, he's slower than me now, and I'm going to reveal the Body Slam. I have been thinking about switching Body Slam over to Facade, but I really do like the chance of getting the Parahacks on him. But he's just going to switch out, wanting to preserve his Kingler for later. As I go for a Body Slam, and I know he's just going to go for a Sleep Powder. I know he is. So that's why you saw me looking at my party, seeing if I can expend anything else to absorb a Sleep Powder. Unfortunately, I believe that Snorlax is going to be my best sleep fodder here. I mean, even if he did set up like 3 Quiver Dances, I don't think that a Bug Buzz or Psychic or Select Bomb would be able to kill me from this range at least. Now, my opponent does actually reveal the Substitute, which I thought was honestly pretty cool. I haven't really seen a Substitute Venomoth, and Substitute is probably one of my favorite moves in the entire game. And not only that, he also reveals the Leech Life, which is a physical move. It did get a buff in, I think it was Generation 6? I think it was Gen 6. May have been Gen 7, I'm not sure. But anyways, he goes for that, gets back a pretty decent chunk of HP since Snorlax does have a lot of hit points. He's going to be restoring a lot, just as if it was a Giga Drain. And so I do finally wake up, and I'm able to get off the body slam on his Venomoth substitute, breaking it. And let's see, I think I just go for another body slam to take him out. Either that or he goes for a substitute. No, okay, he just goes for a sludge bomb. I live it, don't get poisoned, and I'm able to take out his Venomoth. So getting close to halfway done with the battle, and I'm already up with a 6-4 lead. So that's very cool. And this was a very long battle, so that's why I sped it up so much. But it wasn't even my opponent or myself like timer stalling or anything. It was just a very, very good back and forth battle. So that's why I'm happy I was able to record this one and get it uploaded for you guys' entertainment purposes here. Now I know he's not going to want to miss his opportunity to set up his Stealth Rock, since he could obviously take an Earthquake, Body Slam, or Crunch from me. And since I know that he's going to go for Stealth Rocks and I'm going to attempt a physical attack on me, I'm going to fire off my Yawn, forcing a switch on him unless he wants something else to fall asleep. Now, predicting a switch into Kingler, I do go for a Body Slam, and it does do a very hefty chunk, bringing him down to the yellow. He's still paralyzed, so I feel like I might be able to outspeed him. As I said, he is pretty slow naturally. However, even though he's paralyzed, I believe my Snorlax is it's like a relaxed or sassy nature, because it was a random shiny that I got. I wasn't actually hunting for Snorlax at the time. It's just a random one I got, and it just happened to have a beneficial nature. Unfortunately, it was a minus speed nature. So that kind of sucks for me, but I mean, it would be kind of OP if I did get like 3 KOs with just Snorlax. So I'm going to go into something that I know can outspeed it, whether it's paralyzed or not, being my Clefable. And I'm just going to fire off a Moonblast, because even if he switches into something else, I do have that opportunity to get a special attack drop off on his Pokemon with my Moonblast. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now he's just going to send in his Slowbro. Not really sure what he's wanting to do, so I think I just fire off a Moonblast here. I don't think I get my Stealth Rocks this game, do I? Looks like I'm definitely thinking about it. Okay, I think I might switch out. What do? I don't know. Looks like I'm checking out my Zapdos. I might go into him. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I had this battle like 3 nights ago, and I've had a lot of like personal family stuff going on, so it hasn't really been in my mind. But I did want to get this uploaded for you, so it's not entirely fresh in my mind right now. But that skull does kind of a lot, toppled with the fact that I took some Stealth Rock damage, the 25% from the rocks, and the skull put me in a position where I won't really be able to take another one. So I think I just fire off a Toxic, predicting his Golem to come in. Because I would rather have a Toxic off on a Slowbro than not be able to get a Thunder off against a Golem, if you know what I mean. So I just took a safe play, went for a Toxic, and it did end up paying off for me, as I do get the free turn of Toxic damage against his Golem. I think he's... no, I don't think he actually takes me out at this next turn. I do kind of stall a little bit, but that's kind of what Zapdos has to do in this generation. If it's not going for a full offense with Drill Peck, U-turn, and Thunderbolts and Roost, then it's going to be a staller, and mine just happens to be a bold nature, so it's going to be a little bit of a stall fest here, but not too much. Again, this is why I actually end up speeding up the entire video by like 1.35 or something like that. So his Rock Slide won't be doing too much to me, since I got rid of my Flying type for the turn with the Roost. For those of you that don't know, the turn that you use Roost, you actually lose your Flying type. If you're not a Flying type, and you're like a Mew and you use Roost, you're still a Psychic type. But if you're Electric Flying and you use Roost, you just be an Electric type for that turn. So that's why the Rock Slide didn't do very much, just in case anybody didn't already know that. But I'm going to go into my Slowbro, my Physical Wall. That Earthquake is not going to do anything to me. Look, my HP bar didn't even move. No, I'm just kidding. But of course, it does a little bit of damage, but I'm not even concerned, because I'm just going to be able to take him out with a Scald if he stays in. And if not, then something else will take a decent chunk of damage from my Mega Slowbro's Scald. Obviously, I'm going to be slower because it's literally a Slowbro, and it's Mega Slowbro, so it's very slow. And Golem is actually faster than Rhydon, which is a very key thing to know for this game. So he's gonna send in his Kangaskhan, and I'm going to get rid of his Golem right away, because it would honestly be just a waste to fire off one more Earthquake and not even get a KO, or at least potentially not get a KO. And he does have a chance to get burned, which he does, and that's actually beneficial for my opponent because he has the Facade, so that's gonna be able to take out my Slowbro in one hit after he goes Mega with his Kangaskhan. Kind of unfortunate he doesn't get the parental bond in this game since there's no abilities, otherwise he would be able to do a lot of damage and probably take me out. But I am going to send in my Big Bird here, take another 25% of Stat Rocks. Ooh man, that just hurts. That hurts to see my Zapdos take that much damage. But I believe I predict either a Facade or a Sucker Punch this turn, and I wasn't looking at the screen there, but I think I go for a Roost as my opponent's trying to decide what to do. They do go for a Sucker Punch, and I think, okay, yeah, I went for a Thunderbolt, hoping for the KO. I unfortunately do not get it. He lives with just a little bit of HP after his burn damage, and I go for a Roost, predicting another Sucker Punch. My opponent does outplay me very nicely here, and goes for the Ice Punch, though, knowing that he outspeeds me now. Because if I were Timid Nature, I believe it would have been a speed tie, but since I'm bold, my Zapdos has like a 299 max speed or something like that. I know the stats are different in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but the base stats are the same. It's just like if I were Timid, it'd be 328 if you're looking at the screen, not including candies or whatever if you're in like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon or whatever. And if I were Bold Nature, then the max would be 299. So that's just kind of how I like to look at it. So it's a little bit stally right here because my opponent takes kind of a while deciding which one of their two Pokemon is going to be sent out, as I kind of make an immediate decision with my Hulk, because I do have the Thunder Punch. I was hoping he'd go for Golem first, so I could go for a Earthquake and follow it up with either another Earthquake or Superpower, and be able to take out his Slowbro and Golem and with one foul swoop. However, he does send in his Slowbro first, and it's only going to be a 3-hit KO with my Thunder Punch. Unfortunately, the battle right before this one, I'm not sure if I recorded it or not, but my my Machamp did so much work in that game. I wanted to upload it, but my opponent was timer stalling, so I didn't want to be bored, upload a boring battle for you guys. So right here, I send in my Magneton, and that's pretty much game because he only has a Slowbro left and a Golem left, which are notorious for being extremely slow Pokemon. And I'm able to just finish it off with my Stab Super Effective Thunderbolts, as he sends in his Golem, which again I will be able to take it with my Stab Super Effective Flash Cannon. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, or dislike if you don't. I do really want actual feedback. Don't just give a random like if you didn't even like it. Make sure to comment. If you want to have a battle with me, you can send me a message over YouTube. I also have a Facebook. I don't have a Facebook page, but I upload these to Facebook a lot too. And make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content. It really does help support the channel, and it encourages me to get some more amazing Pokemon content uploaded for you guys. So as always, everyone, have a nice day. Bye.